So welcome back, everybody, to the Behind the Brand podcast. My name is Curtis, and I am the host. This is a podcast all about celebrating local business owners, amazing people, those that have got a story to tell, and as we say, business owners, pretty much. It does what it says in the tin. Brand owners, stuff like that. But today we have a brand new guest with us. We have none other than Tracey Ford Celebrant. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes,
You
I'm
all right?
good. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm excited to be
Feeling
talking to you.
a bit more relaxed now?
Yeah, I am.
With like big nerves and that off the stage, which is so different. I know Tracey, by the way, and you are never. I don't think I've ever seen you as nervous as this in my
I know
life.
my leg's shaking here. I'm just about to kick the table. No,
Please don't.
I'm actually fine. I think it's just more because I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
I'm not used to sitting talking about myself, and that's like people know that I like to talk, but. Talking about yourself.
Yeah, we do know.
Yeah, you do. You know me well. You know me well. You know I'm not short of a few words.
No, definitely not.
But I think talking about yourself is actually worse than, talking about what you do.
I think as well, like those that are watching this and know Tracey as well, even if you know Tracey directly or you just happen to have seen Tracey as well, you will know that she's part of a fantastic company called F3 Entertainments as well. So you are on the stage pretty much every weekend. You are so full of life and stuff like that. So to see you in this different kind of environment as well, it's weird for me. It's weird. She's my gaffer, by the way, as well. So my gaffer, you know what I mean? So I've got to watch what I say.
That's my boy.
Watch what I say.
Oh, he's one of my boys. No, but you're dead right. Normally, like my comfort zone is like a pink afro.
Yep.
I wear a pink afro for a living, and I don't really take myself too seriously.
You can't.
No,
I can't.
I can't do that. When you do that job and you put on costumes and you become a different person on stage, and entertain people as a living, then you it's your alter ego. And then when you become yourself again, I'm myself on stage, but just like sort of magnified.
I was going to say it's like times 100.
Times 100, yeah.
Because you know this, and we all know this, especially anybody that is like a musician, singer, whatever it is, entertainer. You literally have to be the most upbeat person in the room.
Oh yeah.
You can't be that one, because if you're doom and gloom, the night's doom and gloom.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, the thing is, you can't be doom and gloom. The minute, no matter how you're feeling behind stage or what's going on in your life, the minute you step on that stage, your job is to entertain. Your job is to make people smile.
Yep.
And your job is to ensure that people are having a good time.
Definitely.
And that's just the way it is. I mean, my show has been running, Feeva has been running for like 25 years now. Yeah.
And she's only 21 as well.
I know.
Mental.
God, I know.
Mental.
How did I manage that? I swear somebody has like sort of doctored my birth certificate.
I've seen it before. That's why maybe you'll get a movie made about you one day.
Well, you never know. That would be quite interesting.
Tracey Ford Celebrant.
Oh dear.
It's fantastic. So in this podcast, we're obviously going to dig in what you're doing,
yes,
especially with the celebrant sort of stuff, because some people probably listening will be like, what the hell is a celebrant? You know what I mean? Because some people might not know. Simple as that. But I think what we'll do is, first of all, we'll dig in a wee bit deeper.
Okay.
So give the audience a wee chance, introduce yourself, let them know how it came to be with this, obviously, your celebrant role and everything else that comes along with it that led you to this sort of way now.
Well, I think that you get to a certain age, which I'm not disclosing.
25, fun.
25 might be a wee bit young. Let's go for maybe 35. That might work a bit better.
Yeah, if that makes you... Yeah, listen.
Just less than what I am. No, you get to a certain point in your life, and as I said, I've been a performer for 25 years. I've been in the industry a long, long time. As a performer, as an entertainment agent, as a people person.
Yep.
And you get to that point in your life where I'm at right now, and you know that longevity of performing can't last forever. The energy of our show and jumping around, and I'm talking jumping, everything from 70s, 80s, 90s, and you have to have that energy behind it.
It is very intense. For those that haven't seen it, the group is obviously, you might know Tracey more for Feeva.
Yeah,
I would say Feeva than the company itself is what's
absolutely.
up. But if you've seen Feeva, you're most likely, especially if you're from this area, Glenhill, Normandy Days, all them sort of stuff, you will know these girls. And they're fantastic at what you do. Like,
Thank
got to
you.
tip my hat off
Thank
to you.
you.
These are amazing what you do, to be fair.
I mean, being honest, I absolutely love what I do. I love what I do as a performer. But there does come to that point, like I said, where you have to go, okay, how long am I going to be able to do this? What's my plan B? When I can't perform and I'm too old to perform and it looks silly wearing a pink afro, what do I do from here? So I had to think long and hard about the things that were my strengths. And the experience I've had in the entertainment industry has given me probably the best start and experience that I could ever want to be a celebrant.
Yep.
And the fact that I can talk the ears off anybody, I'm never short of a word to say. I'm quite quick and witty. When people try and catch me out, I've always got an answer. And obviously, I love making people happy. It's who I am as a person, and I like making people happy, even if it's, training people or performing to an audience.
That's why you're part of that entertainment industry,
exactly.
innit? It's to get that joy
I mean,
of people.
lockdown killed me because I couldn't do all the things I wanted to do, and that really hit me hard in lockdown, and it made me realise that how much I relied on the energy of people to make me happy.
Yep.
And I don't mean happy on a general basis. I mean happy. It makes me happy to be able to make people happy. So being a celebrant and, like there's different elements of it. You've got the wedding side of it where you can legally marry two people. So having that feeling of being in control of changing two people's lives on a day and making people happy really appealed to me. And also when it comes to the funeral side of things, yes, it's a sad occasion and people are grieving, but all people want to do is the celebrant to talk about the person's life.
Yep.
And
celebrate their life.
Celebrate their life and put it into words, and don't stand there doom and gloom, oh, well, Jimmy liked a wee game of golf and, more about, he couldn't, hit a cow with a banjo, but do you know what? He loved it. He loved it. He loved playing golf, but he was rubbish at it.
Yep.
That kind of thing, and taking on character and mannerisms that the families are telling you. And then when it comes to the weddings, you are listening to two people's love story and they're telling you all their things and the things that they want to tell all their guests and family in their wedding ceremony. And then it's your job to put that into words and then deliver it in a way that everybody's going to enjoy. And so there is an element of entertainment there. It's not just standing reading off a page. You could read off a page and be monotone and be like this and just talk about it. And it's like, no.
Can really kill a vibe, even for the start of an event, a wedding.
It needs to have an element of energy. So back to your original question, why did I pick being a celebrant? Because I looked into different jobs that I thought I would suit. And I thought, you know what? This one fits like a glove. I think I could be quite good at this. And the minute I said to people what I was doing, they just went, oh my God, Tracey, that's so you. I can just imagine you doing that. And I think you would be a lot of fun. So nice compliments. But I would like to clear something up, that my mum was going around telling everybody that I was training to be a celibate. So, and
you might need to explain what a celibate is for some of the people listening.
Yes, I will explain it, because I had to explain to my mum what a celibate was, right? So I had been doing this, I'd been training for about, 6 or 7 months or so, and I was speaking to such and such today and I was telling them what you were doing, and then only in this one conversation did my mum say, I was speaking to, I don't know, say it was your Aunt Anne, and I was telling her that you're training to be a celibate. And I went, a what, Mum? And she went, a celibate. I went, Mum, it's not a celibate. It's a celebrant. And I'm like, no wonder I'm still single. So those of you who don't know, if you're celibate, you choose not to have sex. So unless you want to go
that
out
is
with...
some training, by the way.
Honest to God. And my mum said, I said, Mum, do you know what a celibate is? So like if somebody's celibate, do you know what it is? And she said, no. And I told her, and she went, well, I didn't know. I says, well, no wonder the whole of Paisley is avoiding me, or even the male generation anyway. Because
once it was cleared up, honestly, she had offers coming through the door. And
well, actually not, but maybe after this.
You've just heard our story, folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know. You never know. But no, that was a really funny thing that happened. I couldn't believe it, but it was funny. It is easy to get the words mixed up.
That is so funny.
But they're so opposite each other. It's hilarious.
That is, God love mums, honestly. That is just phenomenal.
I know, she's an absolute rock star, honestly. She's like been at wedding shows, and she's my second voice when I'm there. So she's absolutely amazing when she's there. But sometimes I just need to keep her right on what words to use.
Speaking of wedding shows, you're obviously just at one.
Yes.
Recently at Inglestone's one, is that right? No,
the Scottish Exhibition Centre. Yeah, I was at the Scottish wedding show.
How'd that go?
It went absolutely phenomenal. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I spoke for 7 hours each day. Honestly, I was so it's the biggest one that I've done. So I didn't really know what to expect. And you're there, and literally you're there to sell yourself, talk to people, be yourself, tell people what you do, find that connection, hope people find that connection with you. And I really enjoyed it, actually, talking to people. But I did have to bring in Shoney for backup, just because I couldn't talk to two people at one time. It did get to that stage where, and you don't want to miss anybody. Yep. So we had a little script, and Mum, started the script, and then when I was talking to someone, I would finish what I was saying, and then she would go, and Tracey will carry on. And we had a wee thing going, and it was really good. No, it was really good. I met a lot of lovely people. I got a lot of bookings, and yeah, it was definitely worth doing.
I think that's the main thing when it comes to doing this sort of thing, is you need to have a good personality. You need to have a good personality, and you need to be able to kind of, as you say, create a nice vibe and things like that with people's events, whether it be funerals, as you say, weddings and things like that as well, because it's not just one package fits all type thing, because that must be challenging, because obviously you have to kind of, I was going to say everybody's individual with their stories and everything that goes around it, so you've got to do a lot of research behind it all, like everything that goes along. Would you say it's quite difficult to do?
It's not so much research. You literally, I always say it's your wedding, your way. Every person wants their wedding to be different. There's some people who want a little bit of religion in their wedding, because maybe one side is religious and one side isn't, and they want to add a little element of their religion in.
Right, okay.
And that can be done as a celebrant. We can do that. We can add in a prayer. If they want to pick a poem or a prayer or some sort of reading, we can add that in and accommodate them that way. It's more basically telling their story through you. There's a structure, that we do and that we advise, because you don't want your wedding or your ceremony to be like running for hours.
Of course,
because that's the serious part of the sort of ceremony is the vows and that part of the wedding where where everybody says I do. It's the most stressful part for the bride and groom. So it's my job to make it easy for them, to have them relaxed. And the research is literally them telling me their story. So we meet, we chat, we start writing, and then you ping pong back and forward until they're happy with the story that you want to tell about them. And then, the legal vows have got to be part of it for legal reasons. So they can't be changed. That's got to be done. And anything else that they want to add in, traditional gestures, hand fasting, drinking from the quake, there's all different traditional gestures that can be added in, which we can advise people on. And if they want that added in, then we structure it into the ceremony, and that's it. If someone wants somebody to sing a song, or if they want somebody to read a poem, or if somebody wants to do a speech, then prior to either a funeral or a wedding, we have to write a script, because we need to know what's happening, because especially with funerals, you're in a time scale.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
Because obviously, you know,
The way the service works.
the way the
and then
service works,
the
and then
next.
the next person's coming in, etc., etc. So it's quite important. That's an important part of the job, is making sure you get the timings right and it doesn't run, you know, too far on. And the same with a wedding. I had a bride I spoke to actually today who said that they were at a wedding not that long ago, and the ceremony was like 1 hour and 15 minutes long. And I'm actually thinking to myself, what were they actually talking about?
Yeah.
Because I don't really know, unless they were reading big, massive poems and readings and stuff.
Yep.
But apparently it was a different country and there was different traditions had to be brought in and
Right, okay.
whatever. So, but if someone wants that in their ceremony, they want that all this stuff in, and that's what they want, then that's what they get, providing it's okay with the venue and everything runs to time.
Yep.
You know, so we have to work with the venue, we have to work with the couple, we have to make sure.
And you know how stressful that is already, being part of the entertainment industry.
Well,
when it comes to timings,
it's good actually. Again, that's given me another element of experience, because if something does go wrong and things are running on, I go into autopilot and think, how do I fix this? You know, how can we make this better, or how can we make this work?
Yep.
And you've got to be a fast thinker, which is another part of the job. Yeah. Again, which is great, because I've obviously had that experience with 25 years of, you know, things going wrong and events running late. And things like that. You know yourself.
Always.
Yeah, you know yourself. You know
Always.
yourself. It never ever usually runs to time. But
Never
I think
does.
weddings are a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, because everything is run to time. I think the worst thing is maybe a wee bit longer for pictures and things.
Yeah, aye. And sometimes that's down to the other people, the external folk, like your videographers, your photographers and stuff like that, that it kind of does that. But as you say, if as long as you're keeping to your time at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, you're doing part of that job. And that'll be part of the service, as I say, top class service that you
Exactly.
provide.
My job is the first part.
Yep.
You know, the first part of your wedding is my job. It's my job to be there on time, to make sure the wedding certificate is there.
Yep.
Because without a wedding certificate, you cannot get married by any way or form at all. So that's really important that they've got that. I've got to check all that. Got to arrive, meet the bride, make sure she's all right, check that the groom's not having a meltdown. You know, if anybody's doing anything, readings,
Anybody's done
poems.
a runner.
Yeah, everybody knows the script. You know, you go around and you've already prepped prior to the wedding, and everybody knows what's happening. But when on the day, you just got to make sure, and it reassures them that, oh, right, okay, that's right. I've actually, right, okay, I'm going to say this, and then you're going to come up and you're going to do your bit. And they're like, right, okay, right, got you.
You're kind of like their best friends on the day.
But listen, you build a relationship with every couple because you're talking about personal things. You are, you know, they're talking about their love story, they're talking about their life. And again, that comfortable connection that you have, you do end up, you know, being kind of pals on the day.
Yep.
And the more you build that relationship, the nicer the ceremony is, because you can talk about them like you know them, because you actually do. You kind of know a lot about them by the time the wedding comes along.
That is one of the best parts. Then it must be getting to find out all these stories and find out people's like life and how they came to be together and things like that.
Some of the stories are funny, you know, like the people saying, I spoke to a girl and she said to me, oh, we met because I was at a house party and I hit him in the face with a door. You know, and it's like, it was
talking about true love.
True love ever since. That the way you mean to go on, girl.
True love kiss. Boom.
You know, that it's just like, these are the things that make the ceremonies interesting, are people's stories.
I'm kind of glad as well you mentioned that, obviously, like, for those that still want that traditional religious part of their wedding as well,
Yes.
can still have that as well.
Absolutely.
Because I would have just assumed, probably like many others listening or watching, that it would have been a case that it's for this sort of thing is for people that aren't religious. That's what I would have thought it would have been.
Yeah, but I think most people pick a celebrant because they're not associated with, you know, religion, but when two couples meet, you don't know, like, what one could be, you know, religious and the other's not. So the fact that they can have an element of religion in their ceremony is great. You know,
Yep.
I've got the best of both worlds. You know, they can have non-religious, or if someone wants me to, you know, add in a prayer or gives me something to say, or look, you know, my wee gran will be there, and you know, she goes to the chapel every day, and you know, we're not really religious, but we would like to
Well,
do
that's it.
this.
You're tying
We
in
would
for
like
the
to do this
for the
for
family
her.
members and stuff.
So that's what we do. We add it in, and it keeps everybody happy, and yeah, it gives it that nice little touch, that personal touch that it does keep the families happy.
Definitely, and it keeps everybody happy.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, keeping everybody happy. How was the training for this sort of thing then? Because how did the training come to be with everything that goes along with it? Like, did you have to go somewhere to learn this sort of stuff to become a celebrant? Because I don't imagine it's just as easy as just walking up one day and just, as you say, I'm just going to be a celebrant today. Like, I don't think it would be as easy as that. So how did that kind of come about, the
So
training
I'm
and
a
stuff?
bit of a, as you probably know me as a person, I like to be the best version of myself, and everything I do, I like to be the best. I like to do things right. And when I decided to do this, I thought, you know, I don't want to just try it. I want to do it properly. So I done an online course and an SVQ,
Mhm.
so which involved online training, basically one file in, learning the stuff, writing essays, um, doing practical and online tests,
Yep.
which got marked and which I was assessed on. Every time I did a different ceremony, like a wedding ceremony, I had to write a script, I had to interview a couple, I had to get their story, I had to put it all together, and then the end of it was I had to video myself. And I'm actually laughing.
Delivering it?
No, I'm actually laughing at this because as much as you say, like, I'm used to performing on stage, but when it came to doing my video, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I must have done about, and it was to be non-stop.
Right.
So it wasn't a full script. It was a, you know, I think they asked for maybe 10 or 15 minutes of it, and it had to include a certain element of the
Kind of
ceremony.
got a tick box sort of thing, make sure that's been mentioned, all that sort of thing.
Yeah. So started off, got dressed, puts the camera in the living room on the phone, and I'm like, you know, blah, 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 starts it off, said the wrong word, like got my teeth tied, and I was like, right, okay, do it again. And then this went on, and then it got to the stage, you know, that way you use a certain word and you shout it at the top of your voice. I'm not going to say it on camera, but it begins with an F. And I just stood and I shouted at the top of my voice in my living room. My neighbours love me, by the way. And I was like, I actually put my hands on my head and I went, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then I thought, have a word with yourself, Tracey.
Yep.
Go and pour yourself a vodka. So I did. Poured myself a vodka. I phoned Donna, who is my wingman in all my businesses, and I spoke to her about it. And she said, look, just relax. Don't overthink it. You're overthinking it and you're getting yourself stressed out, because I really wanted to do well, you know? So the more you want to do well, the more the stress comes, and the more you make mistakes.
It does.
And I think so I spoke to her, and then Darren, her husband, who we both know as well.
Yep.
He gave me a wee pep talk. He gave me one of them pep talks.
He can be good when he wants to.
He really can. He really can.
Hope you're watching this, Dars will love you.
He will. No, he's actually been amazing. He's took all my photographs. He's done my artwork. Darren's been an absolute legend as well. So I can't thank him enough for everything he's done for me. Without him, I probably wouldn't have got things up and running.
Yep.
as quick as what I have.
As you wanted to. Yep.
So he gave me a little pep talk, and he said a few things to me, which you don't normally hear Darren saying, because he's quite, you know, closed and never really.
He's very to the point, Dan.
Yeah.
There's no messing around with somebody like Dan.
He just said to me, he was like, just, Tracey, you've got this. You're good at this. This is what you do. So just go and do it.
It's so bizarre to me for somebody that's seen you, because I've been a part of the F3 family, let's say, for
It is a family.
let's say, oh goodness, well, we were talking about it the other day actually. I started when I was 18 and I'm about to turn,
because you made me feel very old.
I'm about to turn 30 next year, so yeah, I mean that's it's the longest job I've had, to be fair. And like that, you know, I mean, in the whole time I've seen you, never seen you like this. Never seen you like the way you came in. Never seen you nervous. I don't think I've ever seen you nervous about going on a gig. I've actually seen you being like, oh, let's go, let's do it, because you're just like, I can just rattle this out.
I'm
like
actually
that.
fine.
Like,
I'm actually fine.
you're good now. Like I feel like you're very settled now.
I'm getting there now, just because I'm actually just forgetting that the cameras are here. Like, I think just in front of cameras. But going back to doing the video, so I poured myself a large vodka. It was a very large vodka.
As you can tell by the size.
I pretty much necked it. I stuck on bits and pieces, believe it or not.
Get yourself hyped.
Aye. And I just did a wee dance in the living room. Right, okay, you've got this, Jane.
Bring out the Feeva moves.
No, honestly, I just let myself go. And I actually had a right laugh to myself, and I thought, oh my God, and then nailed it. I nailed it in one. And I think I had one glitch with the word Prosecco. And I thought, do you know what? Carry on. It's just a small glitch. And I think when people are talking, nobody talks to perfection.
You can't.
No matter what. Even hosts on the TV don't talk to perfection. There's a word that, and as long as you correct it quickly and recover, it's like anything else, then it goes a wee bit unnoticed, to be fair. So I did the videos and that kind of thing, and eventually worked myself through all the stuff. I got taught, you know, people skills, which were really easy for me because I wasn't really...
It's not something you didn't know beforehand.
No, there was a lot of stuff that was really good, but there was a few things that I didn't know, which were very interesting to find out about how to do things. And once I'd done the course, that was it. It was like easy peasy. It was just like follow the procedure and just be you. You know, my tutor did always say to me, the best celebrants are the ones who don't put on an act. Just be yourself. If you're yourself, then that's what people like. They like you. They're not just booking a celebrant. They book you because they like you for whatever reason they like. And it's amazing because there's so many different celebrants that have got so many different personalities and also so many different ways of doing things. And there's someone out there for everybody. You know, I might not be somebody's cup of tea, but another celebrant, you know, who's not me, they're like, no, I actually preferred their manner, or I preferred the way they spoke. So it's all about preference. It's all about preference and what people want.
And that must obviously, you must know that when you go to meet the people as well. Like, do you just happen to, so say someone watching, listening, decides they want to use you because they're getting married the next year or two or whatever it is. How would that look once they contact you? Would you maybe organise a telephone consultation first of all, or would you actually want to be like, no, I want to meet you in person, let's have a coffee somewhere? So
depending on the length of time that the wait, so somebody's booking for 2027 and they phone me up and they say, you know, like, I'd really like to book you. So we'd have a conversation on the phone. We would organise, you know, the booking and everything like that. And I would tell them how we would work it. So send them a booking form. They need to pay a deposit to secure their date. But one thing I always say to anybody who books me, if you want to meet me in person, then let's meet for a coffee, providing it's not too far away initially, and or have a Zoom call where you can actually physically
meet the person.
I am a people person. Like I'm not one for texting, and I'm not one for talking on the phone. As much as if talking on the phone is the only thing that's available, then yes, that's absolutely fine. But if people want to meet me properly and they want to actually engage with me in my face and talk to me in person, then the power of Zoom and, you know, messenger video, etc. is great because I can sit and have a face-to-face conversation with them. Sometimes I say to people, you know, to do that so we can have a chat face-to-face and then they can get a real feel for me. Some people just want to book me right away. And other people, you know, that are on the fence just say, why don't we meet? Why don't you give me a wee Zoom call? Why don't we have a chat? And you can take it from there. And I always feel that when you chat to somebody face to face, you actually get a better feeling of who they are.
Definitely. You get that body language.
Absolutely.
You can start to read people as well.
Like me, I keep scalping your mic with my hand because
I can't even tell. Maybe Rebecca probably is the one. She's like,
Rebecca's ears are like.
She's just giving the. Yes, she has.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I talk with my hands.
It's part of, but that's again part of the hosting and stuff.
It's part of the
you
whole
do
thing, and you can't. You know, I'm really funny. Like sometimes I can't talk without my hands, as you can see. It just kind of happens.
Honestly, the amount of people that does it in here, and half the time I've got to go through all the things that's dung 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 because somebody's going mental. Oh, it's crazy. What's been then the most difficult thing for you so far? Whatever that you've been doing, has it? I mean, you might not have anything that's been majorly other than obviously try to do your video thing. Anything you would say has been quite challenging, or do you think there's anything you would expect to be challenging?
I actually think I've been quite lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I think having the experience I've got as an entertainer and the connections I've got, pretty much every wedding venue I've gigged in. So I have.
You have hosted a lot of stuff as well. Like,
you have hosted,
I've not just like an entertainer singer,
singing,
it's hosting as well. Like,
I have hosted charity events. I've
massive
hosted,
award shows and things like that as well. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've hosted a lot of stuff, and even that is not really. I don't, again, because I'm talking, and as long as you know what you're doing ahead of the game, then there's nothing really to worry about. I wouldn't say. No job's ever easy.
Yep.
You know, and especially when it's new, it's a little bit intimidating. I would say probably getting started was the most intimidating thing. You know, just trying to find your way. But very quickly I found my feet, and when bookings start to come in, you know you're doing something right. And yeah, I actually think I've been quite lucky. Fingers crossed that
a lot of people have probably
nothing too challenging.
Probably been waiting for you to do something like this, I would imagine. Like, as I say, I say that because I know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, if I ever thought of a job that would be perfect for you, then I'm like, it's this sort of thing. To be fair, I would say that because I'm like, you are. I mean, I've seen you hosting. Again, you're great with the people and things like that as well. And you're not just that kind of robotic sort of person. You are very like, you're there to make sure that everybody's having a good time. And that's the main thing. And you're there to get whatever message it is across. Doesn't matter what it is, funeral, wedding, award show. Like, you are there and you're there to big it up. And that's something that I would, when I say I would recommend you, I would highly recommend you because I'm like, I know exactly who you are.
That means
and what
a lot.
you do. No, well, it did. And Rebecca's obviously that as well. Like, she totally agrees. But it's nice to see that you're finally taking the leap to go and do something like this as well.
I think, like I said, it was just. It wasn't. I didn't say 10 years ago. When I'm retiring, I'm going to be a celebrant. That's what I want to do. It kind of fell upon me, and again, it was just rounding up my skills and thinking, right, okay, what's the best fit here? And you know, here I am doing that.
By the way, she'll still wear the pink wig and singing that. Like,
well, I have said to people, and I have said to a couple of brides, because obviously I talk about my background and what I do and where I've came from, and you know, wear a pink afro for a living, and I don't take myself too seriously. And the pink afro can be worn at your wedding if you want. It can be arranged.
Spice up your wedding, folks.
I am not partial, I'm partial to a costume. So if you want me to dress up within reason, might add, then I'm pretty much.
You've just opened the big car alarms there for somebody.
Yes, I did, but I put my hand up there. You see that? Did you see that hand? Within reason. Please don't ask me to stand and marry as a carrot or something. You know, that's
that would be hilarious.
But you know what? Again, like the things that people want are bizarre. You know, but I think the more down to earth you are as a person, and the more accommodating you are to appease people and give them what they want.
Yep.
You know, it's. You know, if they want a 70s theme, if they want me to dress as Elvis, I can get an Elvis suit. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to be Elvis. If you want that Vegas thing, you know, honestly, like, I know I'm putting ideas in people's heads now.
Honestly, somebody's watching this or listening and going,
I'm probably going to regret
wait.
saying all this. I'm probably going to regret. But what I'm trying to say is there's, you know, it's about the couple. It's about, you know, whatever people want. I think that's the most important thing that I would love to get across, is that it's about you And
Yep.
and that's it. It's not about me. I'm just the person that gives you the guidance, helps you with the structure, makes sure you get your legal forms all sorted, put it together, and then deliver it on the day. It's people's ideas, that's it. The most important thing is a bride and groom walk away from their wedding going, I'll never forget this moment. And that's it. That's
And you made it special for
and the
us.
satisfying thing for me is I get to do that.
Yep.
I get to make that couple feel special. I get them to be Mr. and Mrs. And that's such an uplifting feeling. On a weekly basis. Just getting that feeling is really, really nice.
That's absolutely brilliant, honestly. I think you'll smash it. I think you'll be absolutely brilliant. I don't think we'll ever see you again because you'll be that busy. You'll be here, there, everywhere doing the Celebrant stuff. Well, what's Tracey up to?
No, but
she waited to buy or something like that.
Oh,
Somebody's
listen,
wedding.
I know it's funny because at the wedding show there was a couple of people walked past and said, "Oh, we're getting married in Italy," and I'm like, "I've got a passport. I'll come.
I would dare.
Take me with you."
100%.
That doesn't matter to me.
100%. But that's. I know we were saying about this sort of stuff, but that's the good potential there as well. Getting to
there is,
travel
if people
with the job and stuff like that as well. And
well, yeah, and the thing is, there are a few people who don't like to travel, in the job, and they like to just stay local. But traveling is all I've ever known. Again, I travel every week. For gigs, I've travelled all over the world. With Feeva, been in ships. I've been abroad. I've been Europe. I've been, Dubai. It's
been there, got the t-shirt.
been there, got the t-shirt. Yep. Yeah, and survived.
Live to tell the tale,
Live
folks.
to tell the tale is what I was
Live to
looking
tell
for.
the
Live
tale.
to tell the tale. So traveling for me is not, it's not. It's not even a problem.
not a deal breaker.
No, it's not. It's not a deal breaker. If somebody wants to get married at the top end of Scotland, then okay, I'll
Let's
leave the
do
day
it.
before and just get there. As long as I'm there in time for the
Brilliant.
wedding, when I'm supposed to be there, then nothing's an issue.
Fantastic. And have you, so obviously you just did the wedding show, have you got anything else booked at the moment, or will you maybe be posting that on your socials, just in case people can get a chance to come down and see you?
I'll be posting on my socials. The next one, because I'm not doing any more this year, I'm going on holiday actually on Sunday for 2 weeks, taking a little breather, a wee bit of a time out, recharge, reset, a lot of writing, a
That'll
lot
be
of
you now,
contacting.
because you'll just be, that'll be the, everything will be working.
A lot of contacting, and then I think the next one after Christmas I'll be doing is going to be the Ayrshire wedding fair down at the Ayr races.
Oh, fantastic.
And that's the 2nd of February. So everything I've kind of done so far has been Glasgow based. So I'm going to go down Ayrshire way.
Fantastic.
In February once 2025 comes in.
And I'm sure if anything else updates, you will have it in your socials and things.
I'll have it on my social media, yeah.
And it'd be a good time actually to tell the people your socials if you know them off by heart. Do you know?
Yes, my social is very easy. It is Tracey Ford Celebrant on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. So it's nice and easy, and it's Tracey with an E.
Yeah,
Tracey. Tracey Ford.
That's it. No, your CY. Make sure you get that done.
No, the people that got E's in their names are special.
There you go. E's are special.
They're extra special. Extra special. It's E for extra special.
Oh, fantastic. Listen, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It was lovely to hear as well, and I think you've pretty much got across exactly what a celebrant is, and I can almost guarantee there'll be somebody listening or watching this that hopefully will get in touch with you, because I think it's a great service to have as well, and it's something new as well for like your weddings and things like that as well. You know what I mean? You can go down the traditional routes and stuff, but I think having somebody like that makes your wedding a bit more personalised is 10 times better.
Yeah, I think it's the way most people are, especially younger couples now, are coming up, getting married. The couples are getting younger. It's either that I'm getting older and they just look younger.
Even I don't you feel young anymore?
Oh, I know. Listen, don't even go there, Curtis, because you were just a wee puppy when I first met you, and now
you see
look
my
at
brother?
you. Eh?
He's my brother. Oh my god.
I know.
16, mental.
I know. But I think the having a celebrant, is become very, very, very popular.
Yeah.
In this day and age, and I'm so glad that I can be one, and I can, bring some energy to your wedding and some fun, and hopefully give you the best wedding ceremony that you could possibly wish for.
Brilliant. honestly, thank you so much for coming down
No,
and actually
thank you for
chatting with
having
us.
me, Curtis. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No, it was
I've
great.
always wanted to see what this wee room's like.
I know.
So
There you go.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
chance to see.
it's absolutely lovely. Thank
you very much. Appreciate it. We've worked hard on it for the past wee while. So, and finishing that, thank you very much for listening and watching, folks. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you have enjoyed, obviously, please make sure to go and follow Tracey on all of our socials. She said, obviously, in the video as well. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, I mean, if you're listening Spotify, Apple Podcasts, subscribe, follow, do all that, leave a like, because it really does make a difference, especially. And make sure, obviously, to punt Tracey's business as well. Maybe not for you, but if you know somebody that's looking for this sort of thing, Tracey is your gal. So thank you very much. And again, thanks so much, Tracey, for coming.
Thank you very much.
See you soon, guys. Take care.
Bye.